Yes, I. Greetings to the mighty name of His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I the First. You know, see it. You see me? Well, you don't know. I come off a recent ban, a YouTube strike ban for a week. To be honest, it was well deserved, to be fair. And that ban also gave me a reality check. You get what I say? Make me go back through the history of my postings and things like that, look back over certain things that could be possibly damaging to the growth of the channel. You understand what I say? So clear up a few things. See, now when saying so, yeah, the video that I did could have been, created with a less liability, with less, potential liability or damage or libels and things like that. To be fair, so it's a good thing from the platform, and I give tax, and I dispute that I wouldn't. See? All right, next thing now is the merch. See? The brand is ready, up and running. See? See the vision. Warieka LTV. You see me? Yeah, all of these are suggestions put together from, suggestions as well as my personal input from the community. You understand what I'm saying? Seeing, so we have these are the logo, the official logo for the channel. Seeing, and it's gonna be on like the memorabilia, like t-shirts. You can we are in preparation. I've already spoken to the merchandise, people, and them. They already organize a thing. So what I need to do is further iron out like prices and so on, and the offers, basically what they are like. Mugs, caps, hoodies, t-shirts, and so on. And we plan for the tights. It's the nice pretty tights, and mama say I go around and things like that. You don't know. You don't know. But it's based on the subscribers liking, based on what the person want color, and because even the logo colors within the logo is optional. You understand me? Colors, everything is optional. You can create your own color, your own preference, and things like that. See? So you don't know. We're still in the process of ironing out the bits and bobs in regards to that still. So don't know, give a bit of time, because we're still a novice in the thing, and a lot of things subscribers I teach myself, and only recently I have a reasoning with Ashanti 360 who give me a whole heap of good advice in regards to growth and development. Seeing some have to give a big shout out to Ashanti 360 where talk to me for over 2 hours, I think, on the phone. You know what I say? Regardless. See it. Yeah, and a bare insights and tactics in the train and things like that. Seeing? Yeah, so even I've recently set up a Patreon membership, but still not launch it as yet because a lot of intricacies still that we need for set up and things like that. Seeing so the channel I move forward and we are move in a progressive direction in regards to the people requests, likes, and things like that. See, so yeah. So in regards to knowledge and development of the channel and things like that, you'll find other creators from my genre, probably let's say culture, who would use I contents and things like that, but would never make mention of the channel. You understand me? F Nation did that. I have no problem with spreading information because of that we're there for. But again, you could have just say, well, the man have a channel. I never just do a rant on social media. I have a channel where I develop. Seeing so you could have easily said, well, check the money out and things like that. It's not gonna detract anything from yourself. Seeing major episodes, another man reach out to me again in support. Seeing, give thanks to that. But say all of this to lead to the program, the issues I want to address today still. You see, two things I want to talk about. Seeing two separate videos. Seeing, I don't know a long time we have for the scene. It feel like a year, so we are gonna make up some time. Seeing. Now, recently, Mr. Jamaica in a sort of fanfare, uproar, big type over a new Maroon, a compound chief or something like that was selected, Richard Curry. Seen? And I kind of admire the youth in the whole process of thing and thing like that. You know, see the youthfulness of them selection and you don't know them basically made an example to other institutions in the island. Say the youth have a lot to offer as well. So it's an indication say them can look elsewhere in terms of resource for knowledge and you know, abilities, new skills and tactics and things like that. You know, see. But we say a recent interview, I heard a recent interview between him and Muta Baruka, where Muta Baruka asked for like Muta Baruka was leading in the direction of and this is where I'm not saying Muta Baruka faulted, you understand, because a long enough time me do it in my argument them too, where one question lead to the next and sometimes it detract from the point that you're trying to make. You get what I say? Are the true intent of where it start out to me. But even though you make some relevant and some serious points, you know, the sidetracked argument, but still Muta Baruka, it wasn't a mistake or anything like that, but it, you know, I saw him leading in the direction of an apology or the observation of the role that the Maroon played during slavery. See? And I am not sure if Curry skillfully deflect the whole argument from there, because before like I said, I pick up on the nature of the direction of the questions. You understand me? And Curry got somewhat perturbed or seemed perturbed at the fact that Muta was leading the question down that route. You understand what I say? Especially when Muta start ask about indigenous people, or was there a correlation between the Maroons and Black African? Is there a relation of some sort, given the fact that the Maroons are claiming to be indigenous people of the island? You understand what I say? So obviously Muta was trying to iron that out to see how and where or how did they came up with that. You understand what I say? And I am certain the argument on the back of that would have been, was that a reason why they chose to honor the argument that the British owned the Black Africans that they brought on the island after their takeover from the Spanish? You know, because they actually credited that to them, given the fact that they were the ones who were the bush people who could, you know, track down and bring back. They were actually, I mean, after a time, the British Army didn't have to send soldiers to go back and search for runaway slaves because they were contented with the fact that the Maroons, certain sections of the Maroons, like the compound Maroons, the more prominent Maroons today, who are demanding their reward for the crimes against humanity that they are responsible for during slavery. You know, see, they never had to, the Red Coat never had to go out and search for these runaways anymore. You get me? The Maroons would catch them and bring them back. Now you can imagine the horror of a slave, a black slave running away from white man's slave plantation and come upon some other black, more than likely ex-slaves from the same atrocities like himself. You can imagine him thinking, well, this is it, you know, salvation, safety. You know, see it. And when you take a stock, these men, free men, are working for the same master, are working for the same people who actually are holding in chains and bondage these same black people like yourself. You understand me? That must have been traumatic. You know, see it. You know, see it. So I could see that guy saying Mota Baruka leaning to that point where he was going to ask these questions, and he skillfully detracted from. Mind you, this guy used to work with Procter and Gamble, you know. You know, see, it is a protege of these people who are, I'm sure, you know, are bent, totally bent in a different direction from the direction that we aim to go, rather than cast any aspersions or accredited them with any mythology that's gonna make them seem like they don't exist, or that things that are purported of them is not given to them. You know, as a rewarded to them in the true way, their true history. So I'm not gonna, you know, use any form of mythology as a detractor or anything that seems too impossible. But Proctors and Gamblers are, you know, let's put it this way, are recognizably one of the 10%, let's say one of the 1% that owns 99% of the earth's wealth. You understand me? See? And let's keep them correct. See? Let's leave them out of slavery. But today, obviously, they are driven by the same goals, expectations, and what would you call it now, motivations, same principles of slavery. See? So obviously they would want to maintain that status quo without no doubt. Again, they are like, I don't know, claims to be different from us. See? So over time we always know that the best history has taught us that the most potent weapon against us has always been one of us, so we can't overlook these people. You understand me? Just like at the same thing we are try to establish right now with the Maroons. You understand? They were the ones who, if it was left to the Maroons alone, we would have still been in physical chains today. You understand? Because they were actual foot soldiers in maintaining such a status quo. You get me? All for a drink of rum, alcohol. You get what I say? And we know this. See? No, given the fact that one of us has always been the main, you know, we can't overlook the leaders of today who were educated, who won scholarship, including P.J. Patterson, who won a scholarship from the Lever Brothers Trust, and these people were responsible for cutting people's hand off in the Congo for not getting enough palm oil to make the soap, the Lifebuoy soap, the certain detergent, because they are their main trade is mainly concentrated in the detergent market, cleaning products and things like that. You understand me? And they might be associated or might be part of the Proctors and Gamble group. You understand me? So the educated Richard Curry And they also educated PJ Patterson and people like that. You understand? Where we see the total downturn and destruction of Jamaica from henceforth. You get what I say? Alright, Richard Curry himself now, yeah, it's working now. So if you notice, I'm not gonna put my hand up there to stop it or start the video. I got the battery, yeah. Yeah, Richard Curry now, as a young man today, with all the education that he's got because he works in finance. Seeing he might have got 3 masters, 3 separate masters in 3 separate subjects. From what I've heard, I think. You get me? I think R2, let's say his specialist field is accounts and finance, money managing. See, that's the 2 that I know of, that he spoke of most prominently, that I can remember. You get what I say? See, now these type of people are capitalists. These are people who work to their trade, their aim, their drive. This is the ambition that they've got. The nature that drove them to these ambitions is to capitalize on or off the unsuspecting. You understand what I say? That means that them search for people who don't know their true worth, their true values and things like that, and capitalize from the benefit that these people have to offer in some way, whatever. Property, fanfare, votes, and things like that, etc., etc. See, Richard Curry is no doubt one of these people. Richard Curry, as well as this guy in a Kingston with them called George Pang, where a lot of people don't know. To me, that guy is a Maroon, one of them Maroon as well, who allegiance to the British Crown, and the British Crown give them a certain reverence. I heard him spoke recently who said he has got a picture in a Buckingham Palace. You get a postcard every year from the palace. He gets he's got pictures with himself and Prince Charles, the future king, who came to visit him at his compound in the garrison. This is how you treat an agent that's placed within the, you know what I say? Yeah, so all of these things raw through it. So for instance, if he was living in the communist state, Russia, and the Brits are an American official treated him this way, he would be ostracized as a traitor. All the way straight. I'm not saying that he is one. I'm just saying how societies, different societies, observe different issues based on certain levels of intelligence. You understand me? So, fairly and squarely, I would think it's a guy not to be trusted in terms of if you've got certain intent to, I don't know, you know, pursue a change in terms of oppression and inequality. These guys are guys who maintain these order. You understand? Hence my claim about how Dodos, Zeeks, and Willie got dispersed. You understand what I say? These are the people who destroy the PMP party. These so-called agents who position themselves, you know, briskly within let's say the garrison areas. Turn them into garrisons, as a matter of fact. Get us into garrison factions and things like that, because there was this unity amongst Jamaicans before independence, independence, everybody was driving for the same aim, the same goal. See, post-independence now you got this split, this division where you have these 2 political parties who further divide the country now. There is no unity again. There is no one cause. You get me? Everybody got different cause and different goals and aims and agendas by the same dreamers who were placed in the position that they are to create the divide and maintain such a status quo. You know, see, no, it couldn't have been possible without having agents placed amongst us. Like, for instance, Jim Brown and, yeah, and people like these. You understand? Because they, with their actions, maintained the status quo and created this imagery in regards to Jamaicans and the politics. They are the ones who enhance, probably got paid to create this stigma in regards to Jamaica, hence the yardy culture, but we are going to discuss on another level. You understand what I say? So Richard Curry, I just see him as one of these guys, given the fact that with his educational standards and things like that, he has not observed the fact that Jamaicans were caught, brought back to the plantation by these said maroon. This is one of the reasons why your treaty can't be recognized or respected, because it's a disgrace even on the reputation of the people who wrote that treaty or affidavit that treaty. You understand what I say? It's a stain on their back. They consider it a disgrace, the fact that they had black people working against black people. They don't want that to be a part of their history either. You understand me? You, however, is proud of such a fact and is promoting and demanding your compensation for your role in keeping black people slaves, for your role in hunting down Paul Bogle, for your role in hunting down and smashing any other insurrections against slavery, any other intent of freedom, the same freedom which you fought for and observed. Seeing? You were instrument in smashing any other such. How on earth? Where is the moral? Where is the morality in that? Where's the shame? How on earth does Richard Curry see the need this day, yeah, to be claiming the reward for such crime? You should be put in prison. Yeah, it's a crime against humanity. Even the British admit it and is ashamed of what went on. You understand? The treaty between yourself and is null and void. See, how can you be a sovereign state when you leech off of Jamaica? What sort of, how, I don't know, how have you shown yourself to be progressive or self-sufficient in the sense? I already spoke of one pivotal point. Especially, this is the reason why you find yourself in the position that you are today, to manipulate the ganja, the legalization of the ganja and the development of the ganja farming in Jamaica. You see, because Catholic country now, you are bad for the regularization of its sovereignty, where you can make laws and do deals secretly or not, or publicly, openly, with whichever government entity you want to do that with. It's a billion-dollar industry. So this is what you are targeting and trying and separating yourself from the rest of Jamaica now as a greedy, nasty individual that you are, with probably the same nature of your ancestors. Selfish, vicious, vile nature of your ancestors that brought back other black people to the safe plantation and watched them being raped. Literally stood there and watched other black men being sexually abused by men. Watch other black women being sexually abused by men. And you enjoy it, drinking and partying with them and observing these things. I've heard you spoke of it, a couple of you spoke of it and still are, please. And you should be banned, man. You shouldn't exist in the sphere of things as a go. You understand me? You are a disgrace to the whole black race. You are a disgrace. The people who you serve and benefit are no longer proud of you. It's time for a wake-up call. with the dirty selfishness trying to steal ganja for yourself up in the cockpit mountain where you can do deals with America and other sources. And the rest of Jamaica does not see the benefit of this. After you have reaped the benefit from Jamaica's institutions, you have reaped the benefit of others from other taxpayer, tax that you brag that you don't pay. You're a disgrace. You're a selfish, selective human being. You're a nasty character. You're nothing. You have just proven yourself to be a total tool of the oppressors. You are no doubt an agent of whichever entity that adopted you. You see, you're still here today in 2021 claiming compensation for catching black people for a criminal act that you performed that was perceived then to be illegal. You understand? But now, no doubt, you can't be rewarded for that now. If you're rewarded for that now, it's going to be a disgrace on the crown. You better stay in your lane and go with that. You know, see, the only way we they want to honor that reward is to further cast divides amongst the Jamaican people. Because unite as we are too powerful. You know, see, we are too confrontational and powerful, and we see too far. We set too much precedence and standard for the rest of the world, including the abolition of slavery. We are the ones who inspired the Industrial Revolution. See, we are the ones who taught modern armies the skills that they are using today at great success. We taught them camouflage. We taught them that certain garments does not work in a warfare. See, we teach them tear gas. We teach them how to make tear gas. And we teach them skirmish, guerrilla warfare. You understand what I say? Yeah, we teach them how to place one or a troop, battalion, whatever, in the midst of them and fight them in the midst of them right there and then confront them and demolish them. You know, see, they've learned a lot from us that they are still practicing today. They will not admit it, but majority of the tactics and skills that they're using. Snipers, we teach them to be snipers. Yeah, Jamaicans start the world. See? So when I say the Maroons, I'm talking the western side of Jamaican Maroons, because there was a great divide between all the rest of Maroons and themselves based on the demands in the treaty from the British, based on the set demands where they agreed to bring back other slaves that ran away from plantations. You understand me? Nanny and a lot of other Maroons disagreed with it, see, and refused to honor that treaty. You get what I say? See? So these greedy, selfish guys up in the mountain who leech off the rest of Jamaica and Jamaica's institutions, social discourses and things like that, who are now claiming to be separate and sovereign. You have a disgrace even to the people who you were aligned with back then. You have a disgrace to the British history. There are some things that they don't want to remember. You understand me? So regardless of how you feel about that or whatever you think they think in themselves, see, you yourself personally is an agent, a greedy, selfish, moralless human being. You understand me? A very potent weapon against us. See? Yeah. You, Richard Curry. So you don't know. Share, like, and subscribe. And keep the the knowledge, the information, suggestions coming in regard to the merchandise and the merch. And also, Uno logo. See the hills, the mountain, and the Warieka go right across. I mean, yeah. See? Share, like, and subscribe. Rastafari. More bless.